Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Live Desk. Happy Friday. I'm Katie Byrd. This afternoon, I am joined by Coltin, Byram, and Dalton Krantz. They're two members of the Kansas City Outlaws preparing to compete actually tonight at the T-Mobile Center. You guys, thanks so much for joining me today.
It's great
Thanks
to
for
be
having
here.
us.
So I want to start just so our viewers can get to know you guys if they're unfamiliar. Could you just start by giving me, where you're from and how long you have been bull riding?
I'm Dalton Krantz, and I started riding bulls when I was 5 years old, and I just got on this year with the Kansas City Outlaws.
Awesome.
I'm Colton Byram. I'm from Mound City, Kansas. I live about an hour south of here, and been riding since I was little, and got picked up last week by the Outlaws after my rodeo season, so we're ready to rock.
Awesome. Super exciting. I bet it feels great to be back in the Heartland. You guys have been touring all over the United States. And so I'm also curious, just starting out here, what has this week been like prepping and traveling to Kansas City?
It's been a pretty busy week so far. We had our training camp Tuesday, and after that we had to get over here and start doing all the PR work and everything else that needs to be done. So, pretty busy
Awesome.
week.
Super exciting. And so I'm also just curious, there's going to be thousands of people out at the T-Mobile Center over this weekend to watch the Kansas City Outlaws and cheer you guys on. And so what would you like to say to those people who are going to be supporting you?
I hope they come out and want to be loud and cheer us on. We don't get to do this unless it was for the fans, you know what I mean? And if it wasn't for them, this sport wouldn't be as fun. So we love for the fans to come out and be loud and cheer us on every day. So
Super exciting. A lot of people from the outside looking in, bull riding, it's an intimidating looking sport for sure, full of adrenaline and action-packed moments. And so I'm curious, what is it like in the hours and minutes leading up to getting out of the bullpen?
It's kind of different for everybody, but for me myself, I try to clear my head a little bit and just go do what my body knows how. We train hard enough during the week leading up to it that we shouldn't have to think or worry about what we're doing. Our body should just know what it's doing.
That is absolutely incredible. And so I'm also curious, you guys have obviously been doing this from a very young age. So what really drives your passion for the sport and what keeps you coming back year after year?
And you got to have goals. You've got to have goals and working towards something every day. You can't take this sport for granted because it can be taken away from you real quick. And when you climb off in them bucking chutes, you got to think, hey, I'm here for a reason. I'm coming to win. And we love the sport day in and day out, and we love what it offers us and brings us. And a lot of us, it's just what we all we got. So we take it day by day, but we also love it, and we just keep rocking.
That's a great way to look at it. I'm also curious for people who are kind of still learning more about the sport. Maybe it's their first time heading out to the T-Mobile Center. What do you feel like? Are there any main misconceptions about bull riding in general that you kind of want to debunk?
Probably one of the biggest things I'm going to go with is the flank rope. They think we tie it around, the genital area, and that don't happen because you can't reach underneath them and try to tie it in there. I wouldn't even want to try it.
No, it just goes around their waist, and they just try to kick it off. That's all it's doing.
Just tickles pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. And so, for people coming out to Kansas City, if it is their first time, what do you want them to know about your team and what you really represent?
Well, Coach J-Dub, he always tells us, you try till your head hits the ground, and we're an all grit, no quit attitude kind of team. So
That is super exciting. And so I'm still learning a little bit about what this weekend will look like. So are you guys competing every single day, or is it a new kind of lineup? What does that look like?
it varies just depending on what we get for bulls and who he wants to throw on. But yeah, it's pretty much same guys he uses every weekend.
Who's healthy? We'll have some guys on the reserve, and if there's a guy gets hurt the first day or the second day, then we got to bring in other guys. It's just like any other sport. It's just kind of like football. There's a backup in there. He's got to come in and take somebody's spot. Yeah, pretty much.
And then I'm also curious, with bull riding, obviously there's the element of preparing yourselves, but also the bulls. And so, what do you do with them in the week and the day leading up to riding them in the arena?
So we have Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll have a training camp, and we start our mornings by getting on bulls. And usually, you got to ride one until you ride one. And then after we get done, we do some good strengthening workouts. Keep you ready.
Awesome. And then is there anything else that you guys want to add or mention? Any shout outs or anything in preparation for this weekend?
Just tell all the fans to be there and be loud because we love it.
That outlaw attitude.
Yep.
Outlaw attitude. That is the best way to put it. Well, best of luck to both of you guys this weekend. Looking forward to hearing how it goes. And I know Kansas City's excited to show out to T-Mobile Center. So Coltin and Dalton, again, thank you so much for sitting down on the live desk. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yes. All right.